Good morning. I'm Melissa if you're new here, and if you're not, thank you so much for coming back. Today's video is a full planty update, so I'm going to walk you around through my entire plant collection and just share how the plants are doing, if there's been any new plants that I've repotted or have gotten. I usually like to share those updates in this video. I think what I'm going to do first is start out here and briefly cover the anthuriums and hoyas. I just filmed a hoya video, so I'm not going to touch on those for too long. And the anthuriums, I'm actually going to redo the shelf next weekend because I didn't get to it this weekend. I was going to, and you know what, I was just so burnt out from redoing the shop room and then the hoyas. I'm like, you know what, I'm not tackling another project this weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna do that probably Friday, Saturday next week and get the anthurium shelf done. So yeah, I'll touch on the anthuriums a little bit in any updates, but I'll mostly go in depth on those in that video. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoy. Really the only issue that I had since filming that video was the light on the bottom of the rudstick cabinet kept falling down, so I did fix that. So that is more secure. And so far, I don't feel like any of the hoyas are shocking or seem to not be doing well. I mean, I know they have only been here for like a week, but I feel like so far everyone has done okay when I went around to water them. At least for right now, like I don't notice anything crazy happening. I still need to put this maranta into the bathroom after I pot it up. This is the propagation of the variegated that I took. I just wanted to secure a little cutting just in case. Okay, so here's another peek inside the rudsta. So like I said, you guys have seen all of these recently. I'm getting another set of new leaves on some of them. This new one back here has this new set of leaves. It actually is maintaining a lot of silver, which is really pretty. So I'm excited that that one is doing well. I have some more of my favorites here. And some more down there. That collar, I can't get over that collar on the Mitra. I think it's Mitra silver. It is just so stunning. I love like the purple. It seems to be maintaining for a while too. Like these were I think the first set of leaves, and it's still that purple color, whereas the original import leaves are more green. It is stunning. I think I'm getting some peduncles on some of these, which I'm excited to see because they haven't bloomed yet. I put the multiflora down here and I have a nice peduncle coming in. I actually have two. I have another one down there, but that's a new one. So I'm excited to see those blooms. But yeah, like I said, everyone here is doing well. Sometime next month in July, I think I will make a separate video. I'm going to like mass propagate. And I think I'll take a day and just do the hoyas. And I also think I'll do another day where I'm doing some of my other plants. So I think I will make some dedicated videos on me sharing like that process and how I propagate and set those up. I think that would be a different video, sort of, kind of. At least I feel like I haven't propagated on camera in a while. Blooms on the discipulae I love. And here's another look at this section here. So what I was actually thinking, since I do have an empty spot right here, I had a air purifier here plugged in, but I moved it. So I was actually thinking of getting a plant stand, or not necessarily a plant stand, but just some kind of stand that has arms that I can maybe hang something from, because those three pots I had washed out, those were hanging the bigger hoyas. But I thought about, instead of actually drilling into the wall, that I could get something to hang the baskets on, and that I could put them like right here, and then I could just do maybe like one extra grow light on them. These are the hoyas that I'm talking about, these bigger ones. I still have them here, like I just haven't found a spot for them yet. So I might look for something and then hang them. That way I can still keep the pretty hanging basket. I really love just having them all together like this. And it makes watering really easy too, because I kind of water all my hoyas the same. Like I give them the same care. I water them on the same day, and usually most of them are drying out within the same amount of time. So it makes like watering really easy as well for these guys. If I only have like maybe 30 minutes to water on this day, I can maybe like, okay, well my hoyas need watered. I can quickly water them and split watering up so it's not like so daunting and so much to do in one day. So it's really nice having them all together. And you guys have seen this big shelf here, and it's kind of like another little dining room. It's off from the kitchen here. And so this is what I'm going to be redoing next Friday and Saturday. I still have, let's see, I still have 2 pothos, a ZZ plant, string of hearts, Thanksgiving cactus, and a begonia. I still have to figure out where those are gonna go. But ideally, I would love for all of my anthuriums to cover this entire section. I'm also adding the second acre bar to the shelf as well so I can house some of my seedlings, because I have some seedlings in there. And then I also have 2 containers of seedlings here that are getting so big that I really need to get them out. I kept my big Maykoyana here. I really like this spot for my Maykoyana. And I still have my staghorn fern there that I need to take care of. I still have my orchid here, and then I moved that Dischidia that was with the hoyas here. And then I have a couple air plants, but I'm not exactly sure what I want to do in the spot for them. It was really good light. You can see like in the morning where the sun kind of comes, but yeah, it's just the mealy situation. Maybe once we weather strip this window, I won't have to worry about that. Lots of anthuriums to organize and everything. So many. I was on an anthurium kick there for a really long time. Like I was buying so many seedlings, and it was like, I swear I bought like 30 seedlings in a span of 2 months. I think I just got too many, and it was like, whoa. I like had the realization that I had way too many. So I want to let these grow out and downsize the ones that are duplicates or ones that I don't want. But I'm excited to like get them organized and to see a lot of them grow. This inflow on my clary hybrid, I actually pollinated it in May, and it's probably going to be a while because clary takes a while for berries, but I'm excited for those. I did cross it with my crystal mag hybrid. So it's clarinervium pedato radiatum, and then that's what that hybrid is with the little fangs. Look at that new little leaf, it's so cute. And yeah, I crossed it with my crystal mag hybrid, which is that big one back there. My pallidiflorums are growing a lot. That's like a new big leaf here. And then this is actually the newest leaf on this one. It's still very much growing. It's like all the way down here. And you guys, I've been trying to pollinate this Pally for so long. I keep missing the receptive phase. I feel like it goes directly to pollen phase. So I have these 2 active inflows, and then I have another one coming out, and I actually have pollen in my freezer as well. So this is the newest inflow. It hasn't like gone to the pollen phase yet. So what I've been doing is rubbing it with this one that has pollen. I've been like doing it every day. I think I've done it like 4 days in a row now. Hoping to like get the receptive phase, because I really want to self this and have some baby pallidiflorums for my shop. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I did it this morning, so I'll probably do it again until I no longer have pollen on this one. But hopefully it takes, I've been doing it ever since the inflow came out pretty much, so I feel like I'm bound to reach the receptive phase at some point, like I'm bound to hit it. Normally I see the stigmatic fluid like pretty easily, but for some reason on the Pally, it's just, I'm missing it. Let me move this light. And here's the newest King of Spades leaf on this one. It's so pretty. I have my Delta Force growing. I have a new Michelle leaf coming in, which I think I'm gonna have to move that. A new leaf on this dock block here. There's the other King of Spades, and I have a third one from Cartel in here as well. I think it's, I don't know where it's at. It's in here somewhere. That little variegated one is so pretty. Yeah, I have so many fun, cool seedlings in here. So a lot of them are still like in their original substrates. Some are still rehabbing. Some are in moss, so I really need to take care of a lot of these. And some of my Cartel ones are in here, like my red spider and the basilisk. I have 2 of those in here. They're taking a bit to kind of rehab and bounce back, but hopefully they start growing here. I also have some seedlings in here. I have my hybrid that I'm selling in here. I have like 5 of them. I have some Brielle and Michelle seedlings, and then I finally potted up the Warocquanum. I had 5 of those seeds, so I think I put 3 in here and 2 are in my cabinet in my plant room. I think these 3 I may end up letting them go, but I might keep them for a little while just to see some of their traits come out, and then I'll list the ones that I'm no longer, you know, going to keep for myself. And then I have this random bin on the table. I have a rehab here, and I have a couple other anthurium rehabs. I still have my philodendron splendid and moss in here. I haven't taken care of it yet. My original potato radiatum was rehabbing. It's in here. And I have a few other rehabs over there as well. So I'll probably do some of the repotting on camera next weekend when I take care of this. And then the rest I'm probably just going to do in my own time, like potting up seedlings and potting up some rehabs that are ready to get potted up. So yeah, that's pretty much for the anthuriums. I have a lot of work to do. And oh yeah, the begonia. So I actually was cleaning the shelf off, and you can see my begonia maculata is super short now. I actually just took all the cuttings and propagated them, and you can see all the roots growing. This one I grow in water, but I decided to cut it back and kind of start it over because it was just so unruly. I honestly could probably do a couple more on a plant stand, maybe around this area. But yeah, my bedroom is kind of getting crowded too, so I don't want to overcrowd it because I really want to keep my bedroom for my maranta plants. So I'll have to figure that out next weekend. So here in the bedroom, so this is what I want to redo for this coming month, is a lot of these need to be repotted, and I don't know, they're just really happy in here. I have only 2 grow lights on these plants, but some of them here just get really low light because it is north facing in here, but they're like the happiest plants. This red maranta is freaking insane. Look how huge it is. It is massive, you guys. I need to get a taller plant stand for it so it can cascade because it is now down to the carpet. I need to repot the lemon lime. Both of these tenanthes need to be repotted, especially that big one. This is now going on, yeah, I haven't repotted it yet, and it's been 3 years, so that is a major repot. And look at this Cebu blue. Look how freaking happy it is in here getting low light. It is just as happy as can be. I found that at the big box store. It struggled when I first potted it in here, but it's bounced back and is growing so much now. I can't wait to prop that because I want to make some little Cebu blue plants for my shop. That's the main reason I got this one, because I sold my original basket that I had left, you know, that I started my moss pole from. And now that my moss pole has like mature leaves, I can't really prop it per se. So I really wanted like a trailing basket back. And it's actually potted directly into ceramic, which I don't normally do. And it's in my aeroid mix, so it's super chunky, but it actually dries out fairly quickly, believe it or not, I think because there's so many roots in there. I had cut away a lot of the stringy bits when it was like adjusting, and I think that activated a ton of growth up top because it's so full up here. But yeah, it's one of my favorite plants. I just love that silver blue color. It's just so good. And my maranta basket here that I did with you guys is taking off. So I have 4 different marantas in here. I have my silver band here. I potted both of them together, and it's pushing a ton of new growth and little blooms. I have my variegated one here. So I potted the second plant I had, and then my original propagated one is here in the back, and it's pushing new growth. I have my light veins that's pushing a ton of new growth now. And then the black maranta is finally pushing some new leaves a little bit here. It's taking a little bit to get started, kind of some wonky growth, but it should be pushing some big leaves here soon. I think it's just going to focus on rooting a bit more. And because I use soil, I did have some fungus gnats kind of find their way in here. So I have some little gnat traps there in the back. I like the black ones now because you can't notice the yellow, and I leave the paper on one side so the gnat traps don't, the leaves don't get stuck to them. I put the paper facing the plant, but there's so many gnats that get stuck to the black. I thought they only liked the bright yellow color, but no, the black worked just as well, just as good. So I recommend the black if you don't like the obvious yellow ones. Yeah, this gal is super happy. I can't wait for that to get full and lush as well. And this variegated orbifolia is on the repot list to do. It's pushing some new growth. I had accidentally, I think I may have over fertilized it because I had to cut some leaves away that were obviously burnt. You can kind of see the variegation. I found this one at the big box store. And the new leaves kind of continue the variegation. It's very minimal on some new leaves. You can kind of make it out a little bit. But yeah, it needs a repot. I haven't repotted it yet. I moved some of the plants to this little cart here that were on that other shelf out there. So I have mostly some trailing philodendron, and I have a pothos. This ripsalis here I need to pot up. I have a heartleaf here, heteroecium, but it's more so low light, but they seem to be doing okay. They might just grow a little bit slower, have some smaller leaves, but I'm totally okay with that. And nothing really to report on here in the bathroom. My lemon lime here is starting to grow back. It took a little bit of a hit after repotting. It had lost some leaves and some of the vines got straggly, so I cut them away, and it's actually started to push a ton of new growth. Like that whole section I think is new, and then it's growing some more leaves here. I need to repot that one, and that one. They dry out like crazy. My Tenanthe Burl Marxie and that Zebrina, oh my gosh, I need to upsize them. This little calathea is holding on for dear life in pond. I mean, it's still growing. It's just, it's not the happiest little plant. So I don't know. Maybe I should move it to my bedroom. Maybe it'll be happier if I put it back in soil. I just wanted to try calathea in pond. It seems to be doing okay, but I don't know. It browns a lot too. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with that guy. We also got rid of the plants that were here. We got like a little storage unit because when I had cleaned the shop closet out, that's the only negative thing about this house. We love this house, but there's literally no storage, and we needed something for that. So I actually planted those plants outside, the alocasia tanderusa and the philodendron. So those are outside. Honestly, it was definitely hot to plant those. I felt like I should have done it in the spring. So I don't know how they're gonna do. The foliage might die back all the way, but as long as they root into the ground. I know the ring of fires are already burnt out there because it's getting full sun, whereas here it wasn't. But that's okay. You know, it happened last year when I planted some plants out there. They got burnt, but they grew back and are doing fine. When I go out there tomorrow, I'm gonna show you the banana plant, the variegated banana, and the xanthosoma Mickey Mouse, because I thought those were both a goner over winter, but they are huge, you guys, like massive plants. And the monstera out there is growing a little bit too, so I'll have to show you that. But yeah, let me quickly show you the shop room and then we'll head into the plant room. But you guys haven't seen the dusk in here yet, so that one we got, I think we put it together a few days after we had everything, you know, put back in here. It came, and then my husband built that for me. And so it's on like a pretty low setting, so it raises like all the way up. So I packed in here for the first time last Monday, and I mean, it was a little bit crammed, but we had plenty of room to go around the desk, and you know, all the packing supplies are in the closet in there, so we had enough room for everything. My husband is helping me on Mondays now, so he was on that side packing the boxes, like putting the plants in the boxes, and then I was on this side packing the plants. My shop plants are on this shelf, so it was pretty easy for me to grab them, you know, pack them, and then I'll hand the plants to him, and then he's been, you know, like I said, putting them in the boxes, and then I'll go to the computer, print the shipping labels, and yeah, it was pretty smooth. I have to put this together. I bought a couple more acrylic trays for my alocasias. But yeah, I pretty much showed you guys like a tour of the plants in here when I did that video, my shop room redo. So I'll link that one, the Hoya video, and I'll link what's something else that I did recently? I thought there was something else, but anything that I did recently, I'll link those videos down below in case you've missed them. My extension cord I need to fix for that cable box because I want to move the cable box back down to the bottom, so I have to do that yet. And yeah, I'm going to be propagating a lot here in July. Ooh, I also took some corms off my venom yesterday too when I was watering in my plant room. So I have those in there. I have 4 corms. My Albo Maharani that was in my plant room, I put that in here. It actually wasn't dead, the corm, so I'm hoping it sprouts on the heating mat. And these are like a fresh tray of corms that I did too, so I have a full tray there. The only thing that I need is a new chair. I haven't looked for an office chair yet. I asked for you guys' suggestions if you knew of like a good chair. That chair is really cute, that's why I got it, but it's so uncomfortable after like 2 hours of sitting in that chair. I do a lot of editing, and then, you know, when I'm importing the photos and doing the listings, it can take sometimes like half a day easily, like consistently. So I just need something comfortable, so I'll have to look for something here. And I still haven't like reorganized some of that stuff. I haven't really done anything, so that's still kind of like a work in progress, and kind of getting that area cleaned up. So I'll probably work on that for this coming month as well. But yeah, it's so nice having my own little shop space. That way, when I'm making plants too, like I made some plants this weekend, so I raise it all the way up to it's like a comfortable height, and then I can like make my plants and everything's in here, and I don't have to like go back and forth. Because where I was doing them on the kitchen counter, I had to like come out this way, bring what I needed. And it was just like a lot of back and forth. So it's perfect. I'm so happy with this space. I wished I had done it sooner, honestly, because it's gonna be a lot more convenient. All right, I'm going to get my tripod and we'll head into the plant room. Okay, so here in my plant room, I just watered yesterday. I was supposed to flush the pond on all of my plants yesterday, but I only did my cabinet ones. So I think I'm gonna split it up. I think next week, since I am tackling the anthurium stuff, it's gonna be a lot. I think I'll maybe do the window pond plants and then save like this other bigger shelf for maybe the weekend after, because most of my plants in here are in pond. Well, all of my pond plants, I shouldn't say all, I say like 99% of my plants that are in semi-hydro are in this room. So it's a lot to flush and do like in one go around. So yeah, this is housing my big philodendrons, my big monsteras, and all of my alocasias. That's pretty much what my plant room is now. And then I have the few carnivorous plants and a few other random like Syndapsis and some other like odds and end plants. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going to be my plant room, is some of these larger plants that I just don't have room for anywhere else. I do want to propagate my Monstera aurea. It's getting too tall, and I do want to take a top section, I think, and restart that plant. And I feel like want to chop an elbow soon, because I'm low on propagation. So maybe when I do those propagation videos next month, like I said, I'll do one for hoyas and one for other plants, and I can take you through some of that process. When I was watering yesterday, I did find some more spider mites that were hanging out on Michelitziana, and then on the Bambino in the cabinet. And then I saw some popping up on my Capria, which I'm surprised that one got some. But I was thinking the Alocasia Yucatan Princess, that one gets spider mites, and there was a few on that one. So I think it's just kind of spreading with the fan in here. So yeah, I'm having a little bit of a harder time getting rid of them this time. I'm not sure why. So I've been using Pure Crop 1, which, because I bought it and I didn't want to waste it. So I think what I'm going to do is make that strictly my shop spray cleaner. It's like a natural insecticide and fungicide, because I just don't want to waste it. And so before that, I was using Castile soap, which I love. So I think what I'm going to do, I feel like the Castile soap has worked better against spider mites. So I'm going to switch to using Castile soap in here. And I might try that recipe that some of you guys have mentioned it before, if I've tried it. I think it's the liquid dirt recipe, where it's the tea tree oil and Castile soap, the peppermint, and then I think there's hydrogen peroxide, because I had looked the recipe up, and alcohol. So I might give that a go and report back, because I am kind of curious if that's going to keep spider mites away when they do show up. I had ordered the beneficials, you know, the predatory mites, which I feel like they've helped, but they're not like taking care of the problem. So I might spray here. I did spray off Michelitziana, and then the plants that had the spider mites, I did spray them off again. So hopefully they kind of disappear soon. But it's weird, they're not on any other plants, just a few alocasia. They're not on any of my philodendron, monstera, plants that are literally touching, like my philodendron El Choco Red is touching Michelitziana, but the spider mites won't attack it. It's just the weirdest thing to me. So yeah, let me kind of take you around here, some of my thoughts. I do want to do a lot of rearranging, and I still haven't fixed my moss poles, you guys. The moss pole corner is the exact same. I need to get some plant stands like I was saying. I just haven't done it yet. I unplugged my cabinet, so the lights weren't so bright. So yeah, the bambinos are growing huge. A lot, pretty variegation. So I feel like I need to upsize them. Although I feel like I haven't upsized them, like it wasn't that long ago, but I feel like they're drying out so quickly because it is in my cabinet. You know, they're under two, not one, but two T8s, and it's really intense light. So I feel like it's just making them go super dry. And then I still have my venom here. This is the newest leaf here. It's still kind of soft. It's unfurling there. And then I have the huge big one, the huge leaf back here. But I actually took some, like I was showing you in the shop room, I dug around a little bit and took some corms off when I was watering yesterday. I was very curious. I try not to disturb her too much, so I don't think like I messed with her to like shock her or anything, but I did pull off a couple corms, which I'm excited about. My pink black velvet is finally, I think, going to push a new leaf instead of a freaking flower bloom. Like it was blooming so much. So hopefully I get some new pretty leaves to come in. And then this is the second one that I'm keeping for me. Look at that pretty leaf. This was a baby from her. I actually just potted it yesterday too. It was in a really small container like those down there. So I wanted to go ahead and upsize it. So yeah, I'll have a second one growing beside her. Oh, my Chia Pence variegated was not rooting in semi-hydro. So I took it out and I put it in stratum. When I was watering yesterday, I noticed like that browning and the leaves were curled, and I'm like, okay, it's been in pond for a while, so I think I'm just gonna stop propagating in semi-hydro. Like I'm not gonna do it anymore. I think I'll just let the plant root first and then pot it up. So hopefully that roots and then it'll start growing again. Here's two of the Warocqueanum from Tyler. I potted them up finally. They're so cute. They're getting their first little long leaves. This is all pink black velvet. I'm waiting to see if that's going to do something. And then the long lobata purple is actually one of the corms was rotting, so I had to throw it away. I think the bigger corm, and so that one's okay. And I actually just stuck that in stratum to root because all the roots were non-existent. But this one here is doing okay. It pushed a new leaf here. But I might take it out of this pot situation though. I don't know, it's a very finicky alocasia. Yeah, it is so empty in here now, it's crazy. I don't have many plants in here like I did before. And I took my linearis away, so I only have those 3 alocasia up top, and they're not getting any additional grow lights. I did have that Sansi clip light up here, which I think is fine. I feel like this Watsoniana appreciates the bit of lower light as well. It seems to be happy. My other one rotted. This was the dark form. The other stump corm rotted when I went to check it, but I really like this one. It's really waxy. I turned off these tower grow lights so they weren't so bright, but here is this section here. Monstera Mint pushed a new leaf. I showed that in my favorites video. It's so pretty. It's the perfect, honestly, a perfect first new leaf. I feel like the Mintnoid should be pushing a new leaf soon. I feel like it's been a little bit, but I love the jungle mint. My Cebu Blue Moss Pole is pushing another new leaf. That was like the first new leaf, and then this one here is pretty fenestrated as well, so it's super happy now. These guys are pretty much all the same. I have to pot that begonia up. That begonia I'm going to propagate again, that one there. I haven't done anything with my moss poles yet, like the water props. They are so rooted now. Like this Esqueleto needs to get potted up. The Majestic is actually, so this was the original leaf, it's actually pushing a new leaf in water, and it's so rooted in there now. I just really need to pot it up. I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, I'm surprised that first new leaf came in so big. I might clip this big one away though, since it's yellowing, which I figured it would because it's a water prop. So now that it's pushed its first leaf, I'll probably wait for that to harden off and then I might clip that away. I have my other Frydek here. It's kind of browning a bit. And then the Micans, the variegated one, it's kind of climbing up this way. I do need to extend it, but it's pushing out some really pretty variegated leaves. It is really pretty, but I'll get that kind of restaked here at some point. The begonia terrarium, everyone here is doing well, except that one in the middle. It had rotted, which I'm really sad about. It's got like 2 little leaves that are pretty much, yeah, it rotted away. That one's really, really happy. I feel like it's even pushing some like new vines. And then, oh, let me show you the flower on this one. I opened it up to air it out a little bit yesterday when I was watering. There we go. Look at the little flower. It's so cute. So stinking cute. And that one here is growing a ton. Yeah, I'm just sad about the Sarawak spots. I really wanted that one. I might have to repurchase it. And then my poles, like I was saying, I didn't like reorganize them at all. I really need to pot up the epipanatum. Just Sienna spit out 2 leaves. Marble Queen's actually growing. There's a new leaf there. And they're rooting so well. Philodendron Glorious will probably push a new leaf soon. I still need to repot that one, the Gigas. Roy is getting ready to push its first new leaf right here. It's taken a bit to settle in, you know, post chop and everything, but that's exciting. And then Adansonii is a sad little thing. I took it out of its pot and it's now in water. Yeah, it was going downhill in soil. I know it looks kind of crazy and gross, but I'll change that water out. I actually put it in here yesterday, so it's only been in there 1 day, but I'm gonna do like a fresh water on it. It'll root though and push new growth in some time. A lot of the leaves were just browning on it, so I knew it wasn't rooting, and I am sad that it has 1 leaf and it is yellowing, but it is okay, it'll bounce back. I honestly wished I had just put it in water from the get-go. The stem is very, very healthy though. Like there's no rot on the stem. It just needs to grow in some water roots. So once that happens, then it'll be just like these other ones. A lot of these ones here did fine when I chopped them, even like Marble Queen, even though a lot of the roots inside the pole rotted, it did fine with, you know, potting directly in soil. Oh yeah, the Mandula. I put the Mandula over here. So I potted this one up actually yesterday because I needed the pot. It was in for the Adansonii. But yeah, this one, you know, was going downhill because it hadn't rooted yet when I had initially potted it up. And then now it's grown in a ton of water roots. And so yeah, I just potted it back up yesterday. And so now it's starting to grow. So yeah, this one's going to bounce back and do just fine now. So now I just have to rehab Adansonii and get it looking happy again. So yeah, we'll bounce back here. I'm trying to think if there's really anything new to update. I had tried pollinating my Alocasia Dragon's Breath, that inflow here. I see some like green little bumps, but it hasn't like turned red or anything, the berries. I don't know if that might just die off. I'm not really sure. The Regal Shield's elbow is growing back here. It's got 2, I think at least 2 that are growing, that are starting to activate. And then I have this Alocasia pink poly. I think it's the pink poly that had kind of reverted. And this is the Paraiso Verde elbow that I had chopped back. And so that's what the new growth is doing. My camera's not focusing like that. It's not really white, but oh well, it's fun to see what would happen at least. I have my varicosum in there. I need to like get that repotted and everything. It did have some spider mites a while ago, so it's still in quarantine. I mostly have it in there because of humidity wise. It was just not happy being in my hot plant room. So I'm not gonna repot it, and I'm actually gonna move it to my IKEA cabinet, but until I know the spider mite situation is completely gone, I don't wanna put it back in there. Oh, this pink princess actually rooted in pond. Didn't have any issues rooting though. This is the very pink one, like the top section. All the little nodes are starting to grow too that I took. And then this caramel marble. Let me see, I can move that light off of it for a minute. Yeah, look at that coloring. So pretty. The leaves I thought were more orangey, but they kind of fade to this creamy color over time. It's cool how like the variegation is on this one, like how much it takes to like fully harden off and get those beautiful colors. But yeah, I love this plant. The dragon scales that I potted up, so I potted these back into substrate, and so that one's going to push a new leaf. And this one here is actually pushing a new leaf. So I'm very curious how they're going to do not in semi-hydro. I had taken them out because I seem to struggle with them. But this one's really pretty. So far so good on those. And then philodendron El Choco. So, you know, I had spit out 4 blooms. I cut the rest of the blooms off yesterday. They unfortunately didn't take. I tried pollinating it twice. And then the new leaf I had actually chopped away because it started to brown, I think, just from the stress of having the blooms. So it should push a new leaf here in some time. And yeah, Michelitziana, I gave it a good little hose down. It has a lot of spider mite damage, but yeah, hopefully we'll be mite free now. And then I actually took my Thai out of semi-hydro. So it wasn't rooting either. So I have it in a thing of water. I'm gonna let it root up first. And then I have the pot that it was in back there and I'll just stick it back in there once it roots. And then I moved my red Andersons there. I kind of just put some various plants because this was so empty because I had a lot of my hoyas in here. I do think I'm gonna move that Stromanthi to the bedroom when I do that video. And then look at my little Syngonium albo. So this was one of my node grown Syngonium albos. I was going to keep one for me since my original one that I kept reverted. This one has really good color, so I'm excited to have like my plant back, my Syngonium albo plant. So I put that one in here for me. Yeah, I have some like dead leaves and stuff in there, but I need to fix that. All my little pings here. This one's actually getting some pink on it back, which is exciting. I forget which one this one is. One of these is a Johanna. Oh my gosh, is that a bloom? No way, is it going to bloom? Don't tell me it's going to bloom. I haven't had a freaking bloom on my pings yet. Oh, I'm not going to turn it. I'm going to leave it how it was. Oh, that's exciting. I've been wanting a bloom. I'll have to keep my eye on that. Yeah, and the big monsteras are taking over this top section. So the newest leaf on the Aria is definitely, it's really, really pretty, but it is like grown past now. And so I do think I'm going to do a top section in pond. I might stick it in water first though, and then replant it and then chop the rest of the plant. Yeah, and I think I'm going to have to resituate this pink princess as well. I have a beautiful new leaf on my pink nobilis. So I have 3 leaves on that one. Yeah, and then I have my other Aria here, another albo here. And then my flame is still, it still hasn't pushed a new leaf yet, but I think it's just working on it. I had upsized it, you know, so I think it's just focusing on rooting a bit more, but hopefully I get some more finnies. And if I don't, I am going to move it out of this window spot because I think it is like, this monstera is like taking over this vine. I need to like anchor back on and everything. And then, yeah, those Syndapsis, that one's climbing the ceiling now. And then I have another like little mint there and that Rhaphidophora. Oh, it is only 45% humidity in here and it is 77. Hasn't gotten too hot in here yet. Do you know what's actually funny is my shop room is now warmer than my plant room. It's warmer by like 1.5 degrees, I think I was noticing. And it's because of all the grow lights in there. So this part I understood was warmer because it is south facing and it's normally like a couple degrees warmer. But there is quite a bit of grow lights in here during the day that warms it up. But now that all those grow lights are in the shop room, it has like gotten so warm in there. So something to keep in mind that, yeah, it's just hot this time of year. These 2 rooms are just so warm. The plants love it, but it's just more work for me. I noticed the shop plants drying out more quickly, which I don't need. So I might like turn a couple off here and there so it's not like so much light. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the outside footage for you guys next so you can see some of the plants outside, like my cacti and the plants on the patio and then the plants in the yard. I'm gonna film that portion actually tomorrow. When I get done packing orders, I'll just like quickly go around the yard and show you some stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that next. Hi buddies. What you doing, huh? Hi, what you doing? You chilling? Wonder if it's gonna rain. It seems a bit cloudy. All right, so out here, updates. So yeah, Regal Shields I decided to keep and I gave it like a good hose down, watered it. I cut some of the lower leaves that were kind of drooping away. So yeah, I think I'll just leave it here in that corner. Oh, I know. So you kitties love being out here during the day. It's so warm. And so here is the new ficus that I got at the big box store. I just put it here on the floor, but I'm going to get a stand out of the garage and get it up off the floor. And I'll probably move it because this spot here gets too much rain. But I have my other ficus here. And then that caladium here is, I feel like it's going a bit dormant. I kind of cleared out some of this stuff. The canna lily is actually blooming again for the second time. You see that pretty bloom spike? It's so pretty. The blooms are so bright red and beautiful. And then that little basket I got is kind of growing back. It had gotten underwatered a couple of times. It definitely dries out in that spot. And then over here is this other Tycon I have potted. It still hasn't pushed a new leaf or anything yet since being out here. So I think because I did upsize it and everything, I think it's just working on its roots right now. I have this oxalis here. It's getting ready to bloom again. I kind of rotate it several times because it really likes the light. And then my baby Monstera deliciosa is growing back. This one here. Got a few nodes activating. So little and cute. So that's really it for like the patio portion. I want to go outside and show you some plants and show you the front porch with all the cacti and stuff. I don't know where the third child is. She must be inside. They're so cute. Okay, the main thing that I wanted to show you is this huge freaking variegated banana. Holy moly. It has gotten incredibly huge, you guys, in just like a short 5 months since, you know, winter. It's crazy. And it's growing a second one right beside it, which is so cool that I have two of them side by side. I feel like the bigger leaves don't have as much color, like much variegation, but that's okay. It's still very beautiful. I can't believe how much it's grown. It's crazy what plants outside in their natural elements can grow to. I love it. And then this is the xanthosoma, the Mickey Mouse. This is the newest leaf. Look how big that is. Yeah, pretty big leaves on this guy. I love this one with all the variegation. That's so pretty. Look at these elephant ears, you guys, that we planted on the side of the house. We have them on the other side too. Look how big they are. It is crazy. I had cleaned them up the other day. Like I clipped away all the brown leaves, but it's still browning a couple more lower ones. I can't even like show you how big these leaves have gotten. It's insane. Humongous. This one has gotten huge as well. It's crazy seeing this big plant out here in the yard. And this was like grown from nothing because over winter it completely died back. It's grown huge in a short amount of time. There's another little banana trying to grow back. This one didn't really do well this winter. And then I have the baby Monstera here. It's getting ready to push some new growth. It hasn't grown a lot yet since the start of spring. It's still kind of tiny, but I'm really hoping this guy will take off and climb the tree here. Okay, and coming around to this side, this is the Alocasia metallica, I believe. This one is growing back. Planted this out here, I think it was like late last kind of fall, like before winter. This was huge last year. I bought this at Home Depot in a pot, and it had some like butterfly bush and some other plants down there. This is the poly that I planted. On this side of the house, it is less sun. Hopefully it does well in that spot. Something just attacked me. I think it was a fly or something. Some more huge elephant ears on this side. And then, yeah, the Alocasia tanderusa here is not happy. It is all sunburned. The root system wasn't good when I took it out of pond, so I think it was just like rotting, and plus I had moved it out of my plant room. It was getting lower light. It just wasn't getting like good care. So even though these two leaves are sunburnt, that's okay. It should push new growth once it roots up in there, and it should stay pretty moist down in the ground. Like I planted it a good way down there. And then the Argentea princess, same thing. It's getting a little sunburnt. You can see, just getting used to the outside sun. You know, I still wanted to keep this plant. It's just I didn't want to keep it as an indoor plant. So hopefully this one does okay and grows back. I'm very curious how, you know, they'll grow back each year, but I feel like it's early enough that they should root into the ground before winter gets here, so they should grow back. Oh, that's why I forgot to show you. It's like almost dying. That's like a pretty white leaf that's browning, but that's the Alocasia California variegated. So hopefully that one does well in this spot and it grows. But these alocasias are so pretty. It was never really happy for me. It kept browning all the time. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have it be an outdoor plant and hopefully it's much happier outside than I could keep it. Even on the patio, I just felt like, I don't know. I just wanted to get it off the patio. So we'll see how that one does. The cacti here has been doing so well, you guys. The succulents, snake plants, everyone. I feel like this monkey tail cactus here has grown a lot since I potted it. You can see, I feel like it's grown like this much at least on each of these little vines. I love the way that it's growing. It's so cute. I feel like it's growing that way towards the light though. You can see this little beautiful cacti planter. My new one has bloomed so much and you can see some more blooms coming up on the domino cactus. I missed one set of blooms. There was like a trio of blooms open all at once and I missed that, but I did catch one earlier this year. But I love this little setup. This one with the pink is so pretty too. That one. My variegated ones, this one's getting ready to bloom, but they're doing well. I just watered these all the other day too. Wasp, why do they have to bother me? Yeah, succulents are doing well. And here on the bottom, all these cacti are doing well too. I feel like everyone's growing a lot. They're all super happy. Snake plant is doing better. It's actually pushing a lot of new growth. So much so that it's lifting the soil here and making a mess. I have to keep like blowing this porch off. But there's so much new growth coming in, like here, this is new. This little strand here is all new. There's so much like new growth. So I feel like a lot of these older leaves, I'm probably going to end up clipping away, and then all these newer growth is going to kind of take over. I actually think some of the new leaves are getting stuck here. Oh well, I'll have to free some of that. But yeah, some of the older leaves where it was like frost damage over winter looks a bit rough. But yeah, it's growing and so many new leaves. And the whale fin here is growing. This is new, a new little leaf here on the regular. And I think the variegated, I don't know if it's shot a new leaf out yet. I don't think so. No, that one, not yet, but this regular one has a new growth here. So yeah, cacti, porch plants are very happy. They love this hot sun out here. It just is so warm. So these guys thrive being out here in the sun. And that wraps up my little plant update. I know it was kind of brief. I kind of just touched on some plants. I didn't want this to be like a crazy long video, and I do want to do an updated houseplant tour sometime this summer as well. I might just push it to the fall because so much has changed since my last houseplant tour. But I know that video is going to be so incredibly long just because I have so many plants. I do still have a lot of projects in here, definitely with propagating and repotting and stuff. And I do feel like I want to downsize a little bit more as well, just to like keep my collection more manageable in here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough, little update, and stay tuned for some more projects coming up for next month and some propagating. I'll probably do some plant chores. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's somebody I missed. I can let you know how they're doing down in the comments. Thank you again so much for watching and for spending your time here, and I will talk to you again soon.